Do fears about your money being taken away by creditors keep you up all night, or worse yet, all the time? This is Ann Babiars, and this is Wait a Financial Minute, where a minute or so spent with me can save you lots of dollars, aggravation, and headaches. And with me, I have Michael A. Babiars, retired attorney at law, to help sort out this issue. Welcome to the show, Michael. Take it away.
Well, I'm going to answer today's question with a challenge of an assumption, because I'm going to bet that most of the audience today, when they were raised by their parents, one of the things that their folks taught them to do is to be tenacious, never give up, don't quit, hang in there. And as a corollary to that, if you take on an obligation, you need to fulfill what you've promised to do. Your words need to mean what they say. And that assumption in the world of asset protection planning doesn't always hold true. Because one of the things that, and this is a very delicate area, because you have to weigh the options very carefully. But one of the things that we do when we create creditors, oftentimes we create our own creditors. How do we do that? We sign contracts. Like, for example, if you bought a house, you may have signed something called a note and a mortgage, which are a form of a contractual obligation for you to pay back your lender money that they loaned you to buy the house. And we saw in the last meltdown crisis in the housing market back in 2006, 7, and 8, where a lot of people made a decision to walk away from that agreement, to essentially breach that contract. And although that may be something that goes against what their parents taught them, fulfill your obligations, don't be a quitter. Is it like that, or is it akin to you're watching a really horrible movie in the movie theater, but you paid your $20 to go in, so by golly, you're going to stay to the end of that bad film? Sometimes it makes sense to quit, and sometimes it makes sense to breach a contract. Now, you don't do that lightly, because although we don't give your creditors damages for pain and suffering or punish you for breaking a contract, generally you're going to pay off the economic damages only. You may have things like attorney's fees or so forth that you're obligated to under certain contracts. So you have to weigh this very carefully. But sometimes it may be to your economic advantage to breach a contract and walk away from it. And that's how our free enterprise system is designed to work. We don't trap people by some form of moral obligation or anything, or fear of punishment or retribution, to stay in contracts when they don't make economic sense to do so. So again, am I saying today, hey, run out and breach all the contracts that you currently have? Of course not. But what I'm saying is you need to weigh carefully the economic decision of whether you want to do that or not. And it shouldn't necessarily be, by golly, I made a promise, I absolutely have to stick to that promise under that contract. Sometimes it may not be in your best interest to do that. So hopefully that little tidbit might have been a bit of help for your folks today.
Yeah, I really think so too. I'm sure that will be an eye-opener for many. Absolutely. And if you love this video, please hit subscribe, like, and hit that bell. And we want to thank you again for watching today, and also remind you that there's a course below on protecting your assets. And this course was created by yours truly, well, not me, but Michael A. Babiars, across the screen from me. And it contains a lot of great information. And we certainly hope that you'll take advantage. So have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.
And if I may add something in here, because I know you mentioned at the beginning if people were having difficulty sleeping or falling asleep, or these problems were waking them up in the middle of the night. One of the things when I used to do a lot of public speaking that I would tell folks, because I would always have a copy of my little bio or CV on there. And I would say, you know, if you have a little bit of insomnia, give a glance to that. Maybe that'll put you to sleep for the evening. But just so folks don't know I'm just a talking head here on a screen, I did spend 25 years in private practice, practicing in areas like asset protection planning and estate administration, elder law, corporate and business law. And although I'm retired from that and I don't give legal advice anymore, I've also taught a lot of classes, everything from at a collegiate level on down to adult education and corporate trainings. And as you mentioned, created that course and taught that course that's in the description below. And I can still educate, I can teach, and I hope that the folks got something of value today and will get something of value from the class as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to Wait a Financial Minute, and thank you, Michael, for being on today.